let's be honest, when you hear about automated trading with AI, your first thought might be, okay, that's way over my head.
Yeah, it sounds super complicated, right? Like
Right.
something just for, Wall Street types.
Exactly. But what if there was a way for, well, regular folks to maybe get in on that action without needing a finance degree or becoming a coding whiz?
Well, that's pretty much the sweet spot trade AI seems to be aiming for. They're trying to take all that complexity out of using AI to trade crypto.
Kind of like acting as your guide through it all.
Precisely. A guide through what can feel like a really inaccessible landscape otherwise.
Okay, makes sense. So for this deep dive, we've looked at trade.ai's own guides, their knowledge base, all their own materials.
Yep, straight from the source.
And our goal here is pretty simple, really. Break down what trade.ai is all about in plain English.
So anyone can get it, right? Regardless of their tech background.
Exactly. Okay, let's just jump right in then. What is trade.ai in simple terms?
Okay, so simply put, trade.ai is a fully automated trading platform. It uses artificial intelligence, AI, to try and make profitable trades for you in the crypto market.
Fully automated. Okay.
And maybe the most important thing right off the bat for peace of mind, it's non-custodial.
Non-custodial. What does that actually mean for the average user?
It means Trade AI doesn't actually hold your cryptocurrency. They can't access your funds directly.
Okay, so they connect to my existing account, like on Binance or Coinbase.
Exactly. You connect your own exchange account like Binance currently, and they say Coinbase is coming soon, and the AI trades within your account.
Gotcha. So they can't just disappear with my crypto. That's a big relief.
Absolutely. That non-custodial part is like a fundamental security feature here.
Good to know. Anything else about who's behind it?
Yeah, it's also worth knowing it was incubated by a firm called 8118 Capital. They're described as a global financial advisory firm.
Okay, so maybe bringing some traditional finance background into this crypto AI space.
Seems like it. Adds a layer of perhaps credibility or experience.
Right. So it's not just some black box AI doing its thing.
Yeah.
How does it actually decide what trades to make? Is it all algorithms?
Well, trade.ai emphasizes a blend. They use these smart AI algorithms, obviously, but they also have oversight from actual human analysts.
Oh, interesting. Humans watching the AI.
Yeah, initially it's their core team doing the watching, but they've stated their goal is to eventually have 2 dedicated analysts keeping an eye on each trading pair.
So like a safety check, making
Yeah.
sure the AI doesn't go off the rails in weird market conditions.
Exactly. That human touch is meant to ensure the strategies stay relevant and hopefully smart as markets shift.
Okay. And you mentioned something of how they charge. That sounded different.
Oh yeah, the fee structure is definitely unique. It's a flat $1 fee per trade.
Per trade. Okay.
But, and this is the key part, only when the AI makes a trade that actually results in a profit for you.
Wait, really? So if a trade loses money, I don't pay them anything?
That's what they say. Their motto is literally no profit, no fee.
That definitely aligns their interests with the users, doesn't it? Unlike, platforms that charge fees regardless.
It certainly seems that way. Their success is directly tied to your profitable trades.
Okay, that sounds
Right.
pretty fair, actually. So let's get practical. How does this whole thing actually work if I, just want it to be easy?
Okay, think of it in a few steps. First, you need that account on an exchange they support. Right now, that's mainly Binance.
Got it. Have a Binance account. What next?
Then you essentially give trade.ai permission to trade for you within that Binance account.
Permission. How? Does that mean giving them my password?
No, definitely not. You use something called API keys. Think of them like special digital permission slips.
API keys.
Yeah.
Okay, still sounds a bit techy. What's the crucial thing to understand about these permission slips?
The most important thing is what these keys allow Trade AI to do, and crucially, what they don't allow. When you set them up specifically for trade.ai, following their instructions, these keys should only grant permission for 2 things: seeing your account balance and making trades.
Okay, see balance, make trades. What can they not do?
They absolutely cannot be used to withdraw any of your funds. That's the critical safety feature.
Ah, I see. So Trade AI can trade for me, but they can't take my crypto out of my Binance account.
Precisely. You're giving them the keys to, say, drive your car around the track, but definitely not the keys to the ignition or the title to sell it.
Okay, that's a really clear analogy. That makes sense.
Yeah, and to add another layer of security, you also do something called whitelisting specific IP addresses.
Whitelisting IPs. Sounds technical again.
It just means you tell your exchange, only allow connections using these specific API keys if they come from these exact internet addresses, which trade.ai provides.
Ah, like a digital gatekeeper. Only trade.ai's official servers can talk to my account using those keys.
Exactly. It prevents someone else from somehow trying to use those keys, even if they got them.
Okay, security seems pretty layered then. What about getting started? Do I need a lot of money?
There's a minimum deposit into the trade.ai system itself. You need to put in at least 30 of their credits.
AdSense, how much is that?
It works out to about $30 USD for those 30 credits.
And those credits are what they take the $1 fee from.
Yes, exactly. Remember, they only deduct a credit which costs about $1 when a trade made by the AI is successful and profitable.
So it's like topping up a little wallet just for their fees, and it only gets used when I actually make money.
That's a good way to think about it. Load up the fee wallet, and it only depletes on wins.
All right, so we know how it trades now, but what about the big question? Risk. How do they manage the risk of, well, losing money? Because trading always has risk.
Absolutely crucial point. And trade.ai has several things in place here. First, you, the user, decide the maximum amount of your money that the AI can use in any single trade.
I set the limit.
Yes, you can set this anywhere from a minimum of $10 up to a maximum of $500 per trade.
Okay, so I control the bet size, basically.
Exactly. And on top of that, probably the most important risk control, every single trade has a strict, hard-coded limit on potential loss. It's a maximum of 10%.
10% maximum loss per trade, no matter what.
That's the rule they state. So let's make that concrete. If you decide, okay, trade.ai, you can trade up to $100 at a time for me.
Yeah.
The absolute most you could possibly lose on any single one of those $100 trades is $10, even if the market crashes right after the trade is made.
Okay, that's reassuring. Could you give the examples they use?
Sure. If you allow a $500 trade amount, the maximum loss on that single trade is capped at $50.
Right.
If you set it to $250 per trade, the max loss is $25.
Okay,
And for that $100 trade amount, like we said, max loss is $10. It scales directly.
got it. Do they recommend a specific amount to start with?
They do suggest that starting with a $250 trade amount seems to be a kind of sweet spot for their AI's performance based on their testing.
Okay, $250.
Right.
And do I need more money in my exchange account than just that $250?
Yeah. Yes, that's important. They also recommend having an additional 50-60% of that trade amount available in your exchange account per bot you're running.
So if I run one bot at $250, I should probably have, what, another $125 to $150 sitting in my Binance account.
Roughly, yeah. The idea is to make sure the bot has enough capital, enough fuel to execute its strategy effectively without running dry if it needs to make several trades or manage position.
Right, makes sense. No, the big disclaimer time, I assume.
Absolutely. And trade.ai is very clear about this. Past performance, historical backtesting, even their live testing results. None of it guarantees future outcomes.
So all the win rates and profit examples are just possibilities based on past data.
Exactly. They state their win rate targets and potential profit figures are based on looking back at historical data and what they've observed in live tests so far. But the market is unpredictable.
Okay, so manage expectations. Got it. What kind of potential outcomes do they talk about, keeping that disclaimer firmly in mind?
They mention that their AI aims for a win rate of 60% or higher over time.
Aims for 60% wins. Okay.
And they give some simplified examples to illustrate what that might look like. Let's use that recommended $250 trade amount again.
Okay.
If the AI over, say, 30 trades in a month only wins about 40% of the time,
Yeah.
you might roughly break even, maybe a small loss, after accounting for the $1 fees on the wins.
Break even at 40%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
What about their target 60%?
If it hits that 60% win rate they're aiming for, again with $250 trades over 30 trades, their example suggests you could potentially see a profit of around $375 for the month.
Okay, $375 potential profit at 60% wins. And what if it does worse?
They show that too. If the win rate dropped to, say, 30% over those 30 trades at $250.
Then you'd lose money.
Yes. Their example suggests a potential loss of roughly $187.50 in that scenario.
Right. So it really highlights that it's not a magic money button. It's a tool, there are risks, and the win rate is key.
Precisely. It's all about probabilities, risk management, and understanding that losses are definitely possible.
Okay, so for someone listening who's thinking, all right, maybe I'll give this a cautious look, what are the very first basic things they need to actually do?
The initial steps are fairly straightforward. First, you absolutely need an account with a crypto exchange that trade.ai works with.
Which is mainly Binance right now.
Correct. Binance is the primary one available at the moment, though they say Coinbase and potentially others are planned.
Okay, step one, get a Binance account if you don't have one. Then what?
Then, inside your Binance account settings, you need to create those secure API keys we talked about.
And be super careful with the permissions.
Yes, absolutely critical. When you create the keys, make sure you only grant read permission to see balances and enable spot and margin trading permission. Definitely do not enable withdrawals or transfers.
Okay, read and trade only. Got it. What else?
Well, one practical thing to know is how you buy those trade AI credits, the ones used for the $1 profit fee.
Right, the $30 minimum to start. Can I use my credit card?
No, not currently. They state that you can't directly buy credits with a regular debit or credit card right now.
Oh, so how do you buy them?
You need to purchase them using TRX, which is the cryptocurrency of the Tron network.
Okay, so I need to get some TRX first and then use that to buy the credits on the trade.ai platform. Little extra step there.
It is an extra step involving crypto directly, yes. And lastly, actually signing up for trade.ai itself.
Yeah.
As of now, during their beta testing phase, it's apparently by invitation only. You can sign up using your email or your Google account once you have access or an invite.
Okay, so need an invite for now, need a Binance account, need to create API keys carefully, and need some TRX crypto to buy credits. Got the basics.
That covers the main setup points.
Now, I also saw something mentioned about an affiliate or referral program. Can you give us the simple version of that?
Sure, it's basically a system where you can earn a little something if you introduce other people to trade.ai.
How does it work?
If someone signs up using your unique referral link and then deposits funds to buy their trade.ai credits,
Yes.
you earn a percentage of that deposit amount. Currently, they state it's 5%.
Okay, 5% of what my direct referrals deposit.
Yes, but it actually goes deeper. It extends down 3 levels. So you also earn that 5% on the deposits made by people your referrals bring in.
Oh, really? Level 2?
And even on the deposits from the people they referred down to level 3.
Huh. So it's kind of like a small network effect.
Exactly. They give an example calculation. Say you refer 10 people directly, and they refer some, and those refer some, making a total across the 3 levels.
Yeah.
If everyone involved deposited, say, $50 worth of credits, their example math suggests the original refer could potentially earn $125 from that network activity.
Interesting. So the more people who join and deposit credits through your referral chain down 3 levels, the more you could potentially earn from the program.
That's the structure they've outlined, yes.
Yeah,
A
okay.
way to incentivize users to spread the word.
Okay, now let's circle back one more time to security, because that's always top of mind with crypto and money. We've hit the non-custodial part, and the API key limits hard.
Which are the most critical points, really.
But is there anything else the average person should feel confident about regarding safety when using a service like trade.ai?
Well, reinforcing the API key aspect. Because they are execution-only keys, read and trade, trade. AI's ability to interact with your funds is fundamentally limited. They just can't initiate withdrawals.
Right, limited permissions are key.
And crucially, you, the account holder on Binance or wherever, are always in control of those keys.
Meaning I can just switch them off.
Exactly. You can revoke or delete those API key permissions at any time directly from within your own exchange account interface. If you ever feel uncomfortable, you can cut off trade.ai's access instantly.
Okay, that's good to know. User has the kill switch.
Yes. And another point that adds transparency. All the trading activity and any profits or losses generated by the AI, it all happens and is reflected live right there within your own exchange account.
So I don't have to log into trade.ai to see my results. I can just look at my Binance balance and trade history?
Correct. There isn't some separate Trade AI wallet holding your main trading funds. You see the results updating in real time in your familiar exchange environment.
That definitely makes it feel more grounded and transparent. You're seeing it where your money actually lives.
It provides that constant overview and reinforces that you retain control and visibility.
Okay, great. So let's try and sum this all up. For anyone listening who started out thinking, AI trading is too complex for me, what's the main takeaway message about trade.ai?
I think the core idea they're pushing is accessibility. They're trying to make using AI for crypto trading something that everyday people can potentially use and understand without needing to be experts themselves.
Right. They handle the complicated AI stuff.
Exactly. They handle the algorithms, the automation, the trading execution, while ensuring you, the user, stay in control of your actual cryptocurrency through that non-custodial setup.
So, Boiling it down for the average Joe or Jane,
Hmm.
it uses AI to try and trade crypto for you. Big point. They can't directly access or withdraw your funds from your exchange account.
Crucial point, yes.
You only pay their $1 fee if a trade they make is profitable. No profit, no fee.
That's the deal they offer.
And there are built-in risk controls, like you setting the trade size and that hard 10% maximum loss limit on any single trade.
Correct. Those risk management features are key aspects they highlight.
Okay. It seems like they've tried to address some of the main fears people might have about automated trading.
It appears that way. And of course, for those listeners who do want to dive deeper into the specifics, the guides and knowledge base on Trade AI site would offer more granular detail than we can cover here.
Right. So here's a final thought to leave you all with. Could tools like trade.ai, these platforms aiming to make automated trading more accessible and maybe less intimidating, could they actually change how regular individuals approach financial markets?
That's interesting. Offering a way to participate, perhaps, without needing to dedicate years to becoming a trading expert themselves.
Yeah. Could this be a shift in how people interact with investing or trading in the digital age?
Yeah.
Definitely something to mull over.
Yeah.